What's up guys, my name is Asli from FUE Hair. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are 1 week away from 6 months. As you already know from my last video, if you have been following me, I've started to grow my hair a lot more, but now I've made the decision to go and get my hair cut. So I'm going to show you a quick comparison before and after haircut. So as you can see from this video, my hair looks quite a lot dense, especially at the front. And I know my temple areas are my common weaker point. Currently this is not showing in my video that the temple looking quite weak, but as soon as I get my hair cut, then you start noticing the weaker areas. So if I show you quite close, basically this is something that I'm starting to dislike now. I'm growing some sort of a fringe, so I'm going to make sure that I cut that, as well as just make it tidy and neat. One thing that I must admit, and I'm very grateful, is that by growing my hair a lot longer, I'm starting to see a lot of good results at the back of my hair where the donor area is. So if you compare the side, this is my natural, and the donor area, it's starting to look a lot the same. And this is because the donor area, the hair that's been growing, it's growing quite strong, as well as it's starting to cover the empty areas. And this is good in some sense, but as soon as I start getting my hair cut, you start seeing the donor area a lot weaker. And that's because the hair that has been covering those areas has been cut off. So this is something that I'm quite worried about once I get my hair cut. But again, there's nothing, you can never have a win-win case. So you have to compromise something at all time. Even my family members who are aware that I've had a hair transplant cannot actually tell in my donor area looking a bit weak or anything. I know in the past, most of my videos, a lot of people have commented, it looks like it's been over harvested, which I also agree with. But you can't, like I said, you can't win everything. So if I didn't go for higher grafts, then I wouldn't have had this much dense. So let me give you a quick 360 overview of my current hair before haircut, and then I'm going to come back and show you how it's going to look like. So straight away at the top, it's looking quite dense, although the fringe is kind of annoying. On the side, it's looking pretty good. If you compare to my natural hair, the donor area is looking quite filled. And on the other side, it's also looking pretty good. At the back, you can see that it's looking kind of nicely blended. But as soon as I get my hair cut, it may show something different. So we'll see how that looks like. When I come back, I'm going to share with you a quick tip on how you can lose weight. See you in a bit. Right, so I'm back already. And as you can see, I've had my hair cut and it's looking quite more fresh. However, this is totally up to you what look you are going for. Sometimes I tend to have a little bit rough, so that way you can actually see and appreciate the difference when you get your haircut. So this is my normal. I normally get my low fade, and you can see from the side, and it's pretty much, there's not much hair, and you can't tell where the donut is and the normal hair. And on the other side, you can see that's looking pretty good. And then at the back, initially I was worried about the top here. My temple is going to be a little bit empty, and as that's my weaker point. But I'm glad that it's looking pretty good. My hair's starting to grow a little bit much better. We are almost 6 months, and we are 1 week out from 6 months. And therefore, you could expect a lot more growth throughout your time. The only thing that I normally do on my regular day-to-day is I take my vitamins regularly, and I take a lot of water intake, a lot more than what I used to drink prior to my hair transplant. The takeaway I want to give you on this tip is that a little story that I want to share with you if you would listen. And this story is something that was shared to me by my own son. So my son actually said to me, "Dad, let me give you a formula of losing weight." I was like, wow, okay, let me listen to him. So my son is around 7 years old now, and he was giving me the formula on how to lose weight. And I was like, okay, tell me. And then he asked me something quite weird, and he said, "Are you paying attention? Are you listening to me what I'm about to give it to you?" And then I started to draw my attention a little bit more to him to understand what exactly he wants to share with me. So he said that the formula of losing weight is nothing new, and this has been invented, or this formula has been discovered in the ancient history. So I'm like, okay, he's trying to tell me a story now, okay, about the ancient history and how they were losing weight. And I was like, okay, I was quite intrigued to understand what he was exactly trying to get out from this conversation or from this story. I was like, okay, go on. So how do I actually lose weight? And then he said that the formula of losing weight is literally shaking your head from this side to this side. I was like, what do you mean shaking your head from this side to this side? He said that shake your head as fast as you can from this side to this side. I'm like, what do you mean by shaking my head this side to this side? How's that going to make me lose weight? And then he said that every time that somebody offers you a food, all you have to do is shake your head from this side to this side. I was like, whoa, This is a formula that's coming from a 7-year-old that he's learned from ancient history storybooks. So meaning that what we take is what we become. So if your intake is a lot more than what you are expecting, so all you have to do is change yourself. So you need to change yourself in order to get a different result. So in short, basically, if you want to lose weight, you need to reduce your intake and you need to know what you're eating. Likewise, for your hair development, you need to know what you're intaking so that way you can actually potentially grow your hair to the max. Well, you've just made to the end of today's video. If you find it useful, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll let you watch this video, which I found it quite interesting. Till next time, stay legend.